Rosemary Najim, I'm 70 and I'm from Epsom in Surrey. Well, it was very sudden onset, unlike some people that, have probably had AF for years. Mine was like a football match last August, and I actually thought I was having a heart attack. It was quite a dramatic, occurrence. Went to A&E, but as soon as I was in the ambulance, the ECG showed it up straight away. It's the same for a lot of patients. It is quite frightening, but I think the reason for that is because the pathway is not very good. Nobody actually explains properly to patients, what atrial fibrillation is. We've started a support group, and we have patients ringing up who haven't got any idea what AF is, and their family think that they're going to have an imminent cardiac arrest, and it's very, very frightening. But I think because of my background that I didn't have that experience. Yeah. I years ago qualified as a nurse, but then took a different route. But that stood me in good stead, really, because I was able to look things up. I'm not blaming GPs because I think that only 7 or 8 years ago people weren't really aware of the risks of AF. They just thought, regular heartbeat. Because we've been doing a lot of work with our CCG since then, and that's really, I think people are becoming more aware now. And then the AF Association, you can get so much information that really comes into its own, and people know at least what questions to ask them when they, have their appointments. NICE have said there should be psychological support for patients. My view is that if there was a one-stop shop, and you had your ECG, you were anticoagulated, people explained what AF was, I don't think you would need very much psychological support then, because people, understand what AF is about. I think it's really important. Twice since January, I test weekly, and I've found that my INR is, completely out of range. Now, it's very dangerous, because if it's below range, you can have a stroke from a clot, and if it's above range, you can have an intracranial hemorrhage. And but if you self-test, then you pick that up within a few days. If your range is too high, then you can do what I did a couple of weeks ago and go and get loads of spinach and bring it down. And at the moment, when I tested this week, it was below range, so I have avoided all green vegetables, and it will be up in a couple of days. The points at the moment are that, once you're stable, it's all right to wait for 12 weeks, but you would be 12 weeks out of range if you just had a test and then you went out of range a few days later. That's 3 months is a long time to be at risk of either of those things happening. So I think it's very, very important, really.